Zak, as a football fan, you must have been pleasantly surprised to see Gareth Southgate in attendance at the first England get-together of 2022.
Yeah, so obviously we turned up and a few players spotted over there, a few of the coaching staff, and I'm going around shaking everyone's hand, and then I kind of looked at Gareth and went, "Hi Gareth," and then just went on my merry way, and then kind of realised about 10 seconds later that I've just shook Gareth Southgate's hand and didn't introduce myself. So yeah, a bit taken back, to be fair, by him being here. Did a fantastic presentation in there and about the core values of being an English player, what's it mean to represent England, and some of the journeys that he's been on since he took over the role of being England manager. But yeah, like I say, I'm a big Leeds United supporter, and you mentioned my friend Nick Calvin Phillips in there. So yeah, like I say, I was around shaking everyone's hand, and then didn't realise it was, as I said, Gareth, and then it took me about 10 seconds to realise it was Gareth Southgate. But yeah, what an incredible moment just to be in the presence of him and to hear some of his stories.
And you'll have been impressed with what he's done so far with England football team, and hopefully he'll be taking that one step further and winning a World Cup.
For sure, yeah. It's been like I was talking to Liam Fowler's not a massive football fan, but Liam Marshall is, so I had a little bit of a conversation after, and just from when he took over to where they are now, it's pretty impressive. And like I say, what happened in 2018, and then the Euros, just getting picked by Italy, is galvanised the country really and brought us together. Like I think you mentioned the figures. The 20 odd million, something like that, watching one of the games in the Euros. That just shows you that's just in our country alone. So that from being probably 2016 when I think he said he took over, I reckon that's probably quadrupled figures. And like I said, it just really brought the country together. Everyone did believe in England, and I think they still do. And everyone's looking forward to what's going to hopefully happen in the World Cup in Qatar.
And from a rugby league perspective, England rugby league, you and the squad setting out on a journey which will hopefully end in World Cup glory. Sean had an interesting presentation too. What did you make of Sean's presentation?
Yeah, I thought it was, obviously two different kind of styles, obviously. But what I took from both was Gareth, similar aspects in it as well. But obviously Gareth was brought in, the level of expectation that probably the fans have had from previous years, where they've probably had the David Beckham eras and stuff like that, and they've gone to tournaments, not really progressed that well and not really played that well, and that expectation and upset has probably been brought on to whatever team's been next. And Gareth alluded in there that when you're part of this England team, it's never going to be the same England team again, and you've got the chance to create your own history from that day forward. And so I was really taken back by that, and really resonated with me. And I thought, yeah, if we get the chance to win the World Cup this year, it's the first time in 50 years we'll be able to do it. That'll be remembered forever. And it kindly showed us a clip, 2.5-minute clip of the person who got the first cap for England, right through to the current one. And obviously, if you create a bit of history, you always will be remembered. And I think that's what I took a bit away from that, which was really good. And yeah, Sean's was a bit different but similar in regards to this is a World Cup on a home soil. There might be another World Cup in 4 years' time, but that's going to be in France. So to do it in your own backyard with your friends and your family around you, it'll be pretty special. Did mention that that group in there today, there's quite a few of us. Probably not everyone's going to get picked. Even myself might not get picked. And he just brought up the core values of what he wants to be, what he wants an England player to be, and how he wants us to play. And just kindly shows a few clips of some of the things that he doesn't want as an England player. So that in itself is just showing you the values that Sean Wayne and the coaching staff want as an England player. So that's just really important for us to go from there and push forward, and the things that he's asked us to do, go away from that and try and add that to a club level, and even add it to his club teammates, and hopefully progresses as, because if the team's playing well, it always helps you as an individual as well. So I thought, it contrasted in two different ways, but that it all came to hammer headed, for the same goal as people getting behind the team and the team achieving something at the end of this year.
And do you feel any pressure, or do you around being part of that heritage and potential legacy building, at the end of the year?
Yeah, it's a weird one, because obviously, I think when Wayne is asking us to do X, Y, Z, he wants us to break tackles, he wants effort areas. Sometimes you can probably forget that you're playing for an England spot, and I think that just resonated in there, that he's watching, which I already knew he was anyway. So there's no days off for someone who wants to represent England. I think that's the main key for everyone in there. And like I say, the videos that Wayne showed us just eclipse that, and we've just got to be above and beyond, better than anybody else if we want to hopefully get a starting spot, and then just to be a member of the squad. So it just reiterated the importance of this year, and whenever Wayne speaks with pure passion and the willingness he wants to, and how far he's willing to go to make this England team successful and win a World Cup. So it just gets your goosebumps going, and like I say, having Gareth Southgate here as well, being the national team coach of probably the biggest sport in the world. It's he's jumping on board, and it's just fantastic to see someone of that calibre, working with Wayne and talking and sharing ideas and across the two sports, and hopefully we can emerge somehow, and if we both come away winning at the end of the year, then obviously it's been a really good success.